In this video we're going to take a look at how to divide two-digit numbers by a one-digit number, and I'm going to show you how to use the Bush-Shelter method for this. So, starting with an example of 24 divided by 2. So by now we should understand the concept that a division is splitting a number down. So we're going to split 24 down into two pieces and see what each of those two pieces are worth. So we should be able to understand that, for example, 4 divided by 2 gives us 4 split into two different pieces. Each would be worth 2. So that's our answer. So that's division. Little recap on understanding there. So I'm going to show you now how to use the Bush-Shelter method. And we call it a Bush-Shelter because it looks a little bit like a Bush-Shelter. So for the division, we're going to draw the Bush-Shelter. Pop the big number inside. So the first number, 24 divided by 2. I'm going to write the 2 on the outside like that. Because another way of asking ourselves what a division means is to say how many 2's go into 24. And that's the question we're going to ask ourselves at each stage of this Bush-Shelter method. So what we're going to do in the Bush-Shelter is we're going to do 2 into 2. So how many 2's go into the number 2? And the answer is 1. There's 1 2 in the number 2. We're going to write our answer at the top of the Bush-Shelter there. And we're going to go on to the next number. How many 2's go into the number 4? And the answer is 2. And that there is our answer. So 24 divided by 2 should give us 12. It's as simple as that. So it's just a case of practicing, asking yourself the question, how many of the number outside go into the number inside? We'll get straight onto another example. So let's try 50 divided by 5. Again, we're going to draw a little Bush-Shelter. 50 is going to go inside because we want to know how many 5's go into 50. So one number at a time. How many 5's go into 5? Well, 1 5 goes into 5. How many 5's go into 0? 0. There are no 5's in 0. And that is our answer there. So 50 split up into 5 pieces. Each one's worth 10. 50 divided by 5 is 10. Another example then. So this next example, if we were to say 65 divided by 5. Let's try this one. This has got another element to it. We're going to draw a Bush-Shelter out nonetheless. Bush-Shelter, 65 inside. How many 5's go into this 65? One number at a time. So how many 5's go into the number 6? 5 goes into the number 6 once. It doesn't go in exactly. So the difference between 5 and 6, 5 goes into 6 once, but there's 1 left over. Now that 1 that's left over, I'm not going to forget about it, I'm going to carry it to this next number so we can consider it alongside this one. So instead of saying now, how many 5's go into 5, we've got how many 5's go into 15. So there are 1, 2, 3 5's in 15. So our answer now becomes 3 on the top, just there. So our answer, 65 divided by 5, is 13. We'll have another go. One last go. And we're going to say 74 divided by 3. Bush-Shelter again. It's all about practicing the Bush-Shelter. So 74, how many 3's go into 74? So how many 3's go into 7 first of all? Well, 3 goes into 7 twice. that equals 6, and the difference between 6 and 7 is 1. So we're going to write I carried 1 over here. So that's now become 14. So how many 3's go into 14s? Well, it's 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's 4. But we've got 2 left over. So we're going to carry the 2 to the end, and we're just going to label it as a remainder 2. So 3 goes into 74 times with 2 left over. So remaining 2.